Alright everyone, here we're looking at the twins, Skids and Mudflap from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. This ain't a review, it's kind of more of a compare, contrast, because the two, in the movie, they're just awesome, and even just as so as figures. And to me, in my opinion, I think they're the best deluxe figures in the entire line with the least problems. Especially with standing problems. They're not too bad. They're not as bad as most. Like I mean, the other the other um two figures that I think are great, Sideswipe, Sideways. They're awesome. They're really awesome. Except they have their flaws. They both can't stand right. Um, I think Sideways is way too top heavy, and I think Sideways just um, I mean, you if it weren't for playing around with pieces, he can't stand, you know? So I think you shouldn't have to, you shouldn't really have to, by default, you shouldn't really have to play around with things just to get something to stand up right. These two, especially Mudflap, he doesn't need any playing around with. His feet are fine. Him maybe, he might need a little bit, but I've stood him up without using the panels, so that's why I find a couple other reasons why I find these two to be the two best deluxe figures in the entire line. But anyway, more about these two. It's kind of, like I said in the beginning, it's gonna be kind of a comparing. Um, there probably isn't really a way to have one of you get one or the other unless you're being really cheap, I guess, which is totally understandable. I mean, these figures go about 12, 13, $14. So, I mean, if you're lucky, you'll probably get less than that, but as of now, they're going to be like, 12, 13, $14. So, and then you're probably thinking, oh, if I'm going to invest, 26, $28, nearly $30 on two figures, why not? Why don't I just get a Voyager class, or save a little bit more and get a Leader class? Well, that's what I'm talking. That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. So yeah, as you can see, these two, they just look awesome together. How can you get only one? Like here, he looks awesome. He looks pretty cool by himself too. But how about together? Like you've been watching for the first 2-3 minutes. How about together? They just look sick together. They're awesome. You can't have one twin and not the other. It's just not right. Even biologically, it's just not right. you know? So anyway, let's look at their alt modes too. Alright, so now let's get into the alt modes. Here's Skids in his Chevy Beat concept and Mudflap in his Chevy Trask concept. Both from Chevrolet, which unfortunately a whole bunch of dealers just closed down, so I don't know what that means. Are we even gonna see these cars in production? It's kind of unfortunate because I was really looking forward to seeing this and probably owning one of them. I don't know. It's just, you can blame the economy. Anyway, you can also blame the economy for the lack of detail on Mudflap. Anyway, yeah, they look really nice together. They just really look nice together. You got one by himself. You got Skids here. I mean, it looks nice. Looks like a tuner car. Except the one thing that I had to add was the detail on the wheels. Because they're black, they come black. They should have been painted that way to begin with. Yeah. Mudflap. Not as much detail, not as much design to him. He does have the chrome lip on the wheels, like Skids should have had. The one thing he does have though, instead of vinyl designs like him, he has candy coated paint, or at least on the toy it's candy coated paint, because you kind of see these silver chromy sparkles on it, on the red. So that's really nice. I guess it makes up for vinyls, but it just looks plain. If you can't see the glitter, unless you shine it on the sun, you're not gonna see it. And then here they are together. They just look nice. They're twins. They gotta be together. I mean, they both roll together. They're nice. Kibble. I don't know. You tell me which one has more. I mean, first impression, I think Mudflap has a little bit more kibble. I mean, less sticks out, but it's just more it's more of less. It's more of the less. He has more sticking out, but less of the parts showing. So I don't know which one has more kibble sticking out. I don't know. Another thing is getting him in and out alt modes. I gotta say, he's a little bit easier to do. His looks a lot nicer, you know, overall, but getting him into robot mode could be a little bit more difficult. It just comes a little bit more smoother. Let's see. Oh, getting them from robot mode to back to this mode. Once again, he's easier. He's a little bit more complex. Another thing. They both need to be perfect, by the way. Otherwise, you're just gonna have a nightmare. But with him, I do pride myself in perfect transformations. So a little bit of cockiness there. Sorry, but his comes together perfectly. Like, you can put him in a perfect transformation back into alt mode, and he'll be perfect. I mean, yeah, you got this coming out, but that's there. You can't do anything much about it. But you know, you don't see any deep gaps or anything like that in the panels. It's perfect. But with Skids, as good as he looks, it could be mine. It could be, you know, it could be that I didn't transform him perfectly. But I mean, I've had him for a while, and I've transformed him in and out countless times, and I still get the same problem. So it could be mine, or it could be just how it is. But as perfect as I can get him, I still get these deep gaps, like right there in the back, especially right there, here, and then also I have an issue right here with the door panel and the mirror, or the window at least. Like, it sticks out. I mean, I tried my best to get the best mold in the box, but then it's boxed like this. So it was just pretty unfortunate that I couldn't see that side. I mean, I'm not gonna put the blame on the figure itself. It does, like, for me, it doesn't take away from him functioning as a rolling toy. I just wish this could have been fixed. But you know, what can you say? I have them already. I'm not gonna get a second one just because I want a nice alt mode. But you know, overall, the two are nice when you get them together into alt mode. They both roll perfectly. They both look nice together. He looks like a tuner. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's got the candy coated paint there, so they're nice. The only issue is getting them in and out of robot mode back to this mode. You just got to get it all perfect, like really perfect. Alright, so for the final verdict, you just got to get them both. You just need to get them both. You can't get Skids or Mudflap by themselves, because once you have one of them, you won't last a week or probably even days without the other one. If you have Skids first, you're going to be like, I should get Mudflap. And if you get Mudflap first, you're going to feel the same thing about Skids. So there's kind of no stopping yourself getting both of them. So you might as well. I mean, you have to. They're twins. They can't be separated. They were great in the movie. They're great together as figures. So, you know, that's just how I feel. But if you did decide to get one of them first, I'd say get Skids first. Then go ahead and get Mudflap. It really doesn't matter, because every Target I've seen, they're all in stock. Like, there's a whole bunch of Mudflaps, there's a whole bunch of Skids. So, you know, really, it's just a matter of what you like first, what you like the most. So go for what you like the most first, then go for what you like, or go for the other one. You know, if you like Skids first, go get Mudflap later. It's totally fine. I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon anyway. But anyway, these two are awesome. As characters in the movie, as characters in figure form, they're just both awesome together. So, there you go. That's my little 2 cents on that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.